Hello, I am Brianna. Welcome to My Life on Paper. It makes my heart so happy that you're here. I have a layout today for the Crafting Dragon Design team on Etsy, and I'm also playing along with Series 19 of Christy's Beautiful Life and her 30 Days of Sketches. Today's sketch is by Lisa Sakorski of Scrapasketch. I have this photo of my bestie Becky, and we were at my daughter's wedding. It was in between the ceremony and the reception, and this was the only picture I got of us, so I wanted to document this. And I do have the wedding collection, Wedding Bells by Echo Park, and it is from 2023. I guess, silhouettes of the photographers are from Crafting Dragon Designs on Etsy. I will have that linked below. They are from the vintage camera bundle, and right now they're 40% off, so I would encourage you to go check them out. I don't know if you can see the cameras on the right hand side there, but those are also part of the bundle. And last Tuesday I did make a layout with those beautiful um, cameras over there, and I just wanted to show you how versatile these are. Like, you buy this one bundle and you get lots of different things to play with. There's also like there's papers and things, but I'm not using those today. All right, these are Paper Studio embellishments. They come 50 in a pack for $3.99, and you know that you can get them every other week for 40% off. But they are not glossy. They are like cardstock material, so that um, you can color them, and you could use so many different ways to color them. But I'm taking my Distress Oxide and using a watercolor brush. The color I'm using is Iced Spruce. I will also pull out my gray, which is Hickory Smoke. Um, I first put my paintbrush into a lot of water, and that did not really work. But starting off with a little bit of water helped. If you don't use any water, it's a little bit hard to paint with. You get more brush strokes, but you do get kind of a darker color. So I am using the ice spruce for the leaves, and then I will use the gray for the petals. And you don't have to be very careful. I mean, I did get out of the lines a little bit. I'm trying to stay in. I am going back over a lot to get more of a darker color. And I could have just left the petals white, but I did like the gray to kind of bring it all together with the pattern papers that I used. When I bring the paper back in, you'll see I used three different pattern papers to make those scallops in the back. And I just kind of eyeballed them, really. And when I get them on the scrapbook page, you won't really tell. I mean, like, if I'm out of the lines and stuff, just because the way the flowers look. Now, so I have Winkostella, and I haven't used this one before. It's the gold one. I couldn't figure out how to use it, and I couldn't get it going. So I brought my other one back in, the black one I've used before, and I went, oh, look, there's this black ring, but well, that's on it. So I take it apart, take the black ring off, and then it works immediately. So, um, I learned from my mistake. Now, when I was squeezing it, I did have some of the gold drop onto the glass mat, and so I just more or less used that pen as a paintbrush, and then I just kind of dotted the gold spots into like where the stamen of the flower is. I might have gotten there's like little tiny leaves too, so I just went over those. I mean, they could be berries or something. I just went over it to give it just a little bit of gold shimmer there. So then I will do the same thing on the next one. And then after that is painted, I'll just bring them back in to um, start my layout process. Now, you can see on the sketch that those little squares are meant to be photos. But when I saw the sketch, I really knew that I wanted to use the photographers. And so I still have to figure out how I'm getting my photo on there. So you're going to see me move things around a little bit. I do know I need a journaling spot, and I thought I wanted something a little bit bigger than that little one. So I took this frame and then I back it with some of the pattern paper. And then once I complete that, I'm going to bring that iced spruce distressed oxide back again, and I'm going to use the packaging technique. Um, Not sure why exactly I put some adhesive on there because I know I have to do my packaging technique on the background. But you can see that's it. There's some mixed media going on there in this sketch. And I put some ink onto my packaging and then I sprayed it with my water bottle. That gives me too much water and you can see I got this big drip going there, but I know some of that's going to get covered up, so I'm not too worried. And I actually spray it again and get a lot more, but I will figure out that I just need a little water, so I'm going to bring um my watercolor brush just to drip a little bit of water back onto my packaging. There you go. Just use a little bit. And your control can be a lot better if you're just using a little bit at a time rather than trying to make a big mess all at once. So at first I had the photo underneath um, the embellishments there. And at this point I'm like, well, let's try it the other way. So I put the photo up on top of the photographers there. And then I bring my flowers in and I'm still making sure to get more packaging technique done around because I do lose so much of it. I knew I was going to layer these on the photos over it, but I just wasn't sure how much. So I put some more in there. And then I just glued my photo down and it was a little bit premature, but I'm starting to stick my things down now. You can tell I'm kind of going the opposite direction of what the sketch is, and that's okay. But I'm starting to realize this is down too far. So I'm going to sneak it up a little bit and then try it again. Um, this time I'll move the smaller flower up to the right hand corner there. I'm just trying to fit that in there, making it look um, like it's supposed to be there and not leaving any like trap spaces in there. I don't want any white trap spaces. And right now I feel like I've got a zigzag thing going on rather than like a diagonal design. So then I'm going to move my picture over just a little bit, give myself some room, and it's still not, I'm still thinking like diagonal design like is in the sketch, but it's still not really working for me that way. So then I'm like, okay, I got to move the picture over. Well, then what I don't realize right now is that I tore some of the paper because I glued the photo down already, but I'll get there. I'll notice that. So right now I've got my journaling spot down. I'm going to put my title up there. It's one of those nice foam ones. And I was going to put it on the bottom, but this title is so big, so I'm going to run it across the top of the page. And then I think that's when I discover, oh, look, I got this big tear on my paper that I have left um, out in the middle of everything. Um, Now I need a little bit more adhesive. That's where I figured it out. So I went back into those same florals from Paper Studio and I find just this greenery. And so I'm trying still not to get the trap space stuck in there, but I want it to look kind of natural and not like it's just stuck there to cover up a rip. So I move it around a little bit. I will get it glued down, and then once it's glued down, then I decide to paint it. And not that I didn't think I wasn't going to paint it, just that I waited to get it into place before I painted it. And that wasn't a conscious thought. It just what happened. I wanted to make sure that it was going to look good there before I painted it up. So I will use that iced spruce green. And then I will get my Wink Costello gold pen out once more. And I thought because the other two flowers had the stamens and the leaves or berries with the gold on it that I needed a little bit more gold. So I went in and went over, you'll see this in the close-up shots at the end, but I went over the cameras, and now the camera on the right and the left are very dark, but I just on the lens I give it a little bit of gold to make it glow a little bit. And then I follow the veins of these leaves, and it's just a little bit of gold and um on the greenery there that doesn't have any flowers. And that completes the layout for me. So crafting makes my heart happy, and I hope you find what makes your heart happy too.